Okay, good. I've got all my interfaces and stuff up. I say interfaces. It's just a screen frame. Started from Solesion Town. You just cut. Use Rock Smash. Got through Wayward Cave. Man, this journal sucks. Flew to Veilstone. Zubat was defeated. Beat Terry. Barry. Who cares? Honey obtained. Solesion Town defeated Zubat. Knight. Beat Shelly. Why is this going backwards? I don't... Stop. Quit it. At least the one in Leaf Green was an actual flashback instead of text with, oh, you defeated a Zubat. Like, yeah, I know. It doesn't matter. It's a freaking Zubat. Who cares? Hi. Welcome back. It's a mysterious meteorite that fell from the stars. What about this one? Mysterious meteorite that fell from the stars. And these? Mysterious meteorite that fell from the stars. It's a Snowpuff. Wow. I gotta turn my headphones down a little bit. Beautiful Lake Valor. I was expecting him to stop me. Are you going around 214? You're serious, aren't you? It's too badly chewed up and there is nothing to see there. Well, I guess there is that ruin maniac guy you could check out. That guy's been digging his way through the bedrock all by himself. You can't dig through bedrock. You're gonna fall through the boundary of the game, or something. I don't know. Can you no clip through the bedrock in Minecraft? Look out behind you! What is it? I'm not falling for that one. I don't know, Bubble Beam. Maybe could stand to have my headphones up just one more click. Wish they'd stop resetting themselves, but whatever. And I was on, yeah. Mr. Revis. Does Inade resist Ghost? Well, hang on. He can't hit a Ghost, so I'm not bringing... I mean, I could Toxic. I'm not doing that. Yeah, we'll just leave it to TDD. Psybeam. Okay, whatever. You're only level 23, you shouldn't care. You're weaker than the gym. Which, it goes back to what I was saying. Like, it's nice that they don't make the routes difficult, but it's also not nice when the gym you just fought was level 30 and then... Oh, here's a random trainer. They're level 20. They're going to be extremely easy. Unless you decide to hit yourself in confusion 18 times in a row. And what? Now we can't escape? Or speed's falling? No, can no longer escape. Well, I wasn't going to switch anyway. Dude! Wow. It's astonishing how little damage that did. Knock it off. Like I said, completely trivial unless I decide to hit myself 12 times in a row. Or sorry, 16 times. Gotta get the number right. No, not a Hyper Potion. Nope, not back into the bag. Dude! Stop flinching! I've never seen Astonish get so many flinches in one battle. Not even sure I knew Astonish had a chance to flinch. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, you annoying nuisance. Okay. Now we switch to Inade. He's immune to Psychic. Oh no, he's gonna bend the spoon. If the attack of foes, Kadabra missed. But I didn't. What does that do again? Oh, you identified me. Well, at least you didn't use Odor Sleuth. Man, that was a good hit, and that wasn't even critical. I kind of feel like wasting a turn. Your poison's just gonna get you anyway. My plan to spook you didn't go over all well at all. You might be tough, but let down your guard at your own risk. Alright, since everyone's caught up, I mean, except Ender, but, finally time to get rid of the experience share. At least until we catch our next 2 Pokemon. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Or not take. Give. Poison Barb. Although, is this even going to do anything? Because, like, I can look this up. Does this even do anything? Because Toxic doesn't do direct damage, but I could see this increasing so I'm trying to find the wiki. I could see it upping the damage of badly poisoned anyway. Nope. I kept hitting O first. Is it poison? Yeah, Poison Barb. I wasn't sure if it was Poison Barb or Poisoned Barb. Oh, it's right there on the screen. What am I doing? Well, it boosts the power by 20%. Does it work on Toxic? I'm not seeing anything about it. I assume because it's a non-damaging move that, no. It's now is now separate from all other forms of recurrent damage, no longer builds from them or affects their strength. Toxic affects targets with cannot affect targets with immunity as their ability. It becomes badly poisoned, but Toxic will no longer have its status changed to regular poison if it switches out with Battle Ends. Still doesn't say it doesn't. But I'm still just gonna assume no, because it's a non-damaging move. But I'm gonna put this on him anyway, because I'm just gonna forget. All that to just be like, yeah, just do it anyway. Excuse me. Also, my Poketch is reminding me, and I can show you, my Poketch is reminding me I should heal DDD. That's why it's good to have it on the heal screen. I like this screen that reminds me to heal my Pokemon. Yeah, I remembered this time. I set this up. Now you can see the bottom screen when I want to show you. But I have to click a button to do it, but it's fine. Better than nothing. Do I want to go in this cave? I was hoping this was going to be the cave that I need to get to the stairs for. Everyone calls me the Ruin Maniac. I don't care what they call me. I just keep on chipping away at the rock wall, little by little. Do you want to know why? I'm a Ruin Maniac who is fascinated by the unknown. I know it's a little sudden, but how about you and me have a race? You will go catch the unknown, and I'll keep digging away. We'll have a race to see who can get done faster. Why does that remind me of the Kinstone Fusion quest in Minish Cap, where you get where you got the Gorons punching through the wall? It's an elephant! I wonder how much faster my individual Pokemon will level up now that I'm not using the experience share. They're getting full experience. Experience share is definitely great for being like, hey, this guy cannot battle, so let's just save some time and not have to switch in and out. I'll just have the good Pokemon in the front to begin with. Okay, there's this icon on my computer that's like, oh, your location is currently being used. And, like, it won't let me turn it off. I don't know what's using my location. Like, everything says off, so I don't get it. It's just making me uncomfortable. Win or lose. Who knows how this'll go? We're playing for keeps. Aren't you a psychic? You should know. Oh, you're a PI. A little disappointed to see the games still using field sprites for characters that have no resemblance to their their battle sprite. I just had a thought. This has nothing to do with the game, but will Task Manager let me see what is currently using my location? I was going to use Bubble Beams. Like, no, don't do that. Well, if there is something in Task Manager that lets me see, then I don't know. Oh well. Another Goldeen! Why do you look bald? So I figured out why my screen border here looked like it was off, even though... Let's see how well Pound will do. Yeah, even though I was certain I made it symmetrical. It's because apparently the game screen was off-center. So there was just the part that was making it look like the border had an extra thick black border. It was the extra black was from the blank space that the screen wasn't showing. The DS recording setup is not working really well. I had it reset itself earlier today. You know, after I finished recording for a video, and I was setting the DS stuff back up. It's like, oh great, it made itself off-center. Cool. It's like, I'm not touching it. I have it locked in OBS. It says it's locked, which should mean I shouldn't be able to edit it. But it still changes itself, apparently. I don't know what's doing that. Yeah, speaking of recording, I was recording another Five Nights at Freddy's game. I'm on the sister location now. I didn't get stuck on night 2! Now I'm stuck on night 3. But I got night 2 done in one go, which I'm kind of proud of. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that because that's spoilers, but I don't know. It's not that much of an achievement that you would have been impressed if you saw it, probably. I have no idea if Sister Location has any kind of checkpoints in it. I guess wrong far too often. I can't get into the groove. That's enough for today. I'm gonna get this item. Oh, piece of candy. But yeah, I was definitely really tense in the last portion of night 2, because I had no idea how much of the game I was gonna have to redo, or how much of night 2 I was gonna have to redo if I died. What? You do have a Pokédex. Or did you see? You see? No, Lucas. Did you see Lucas? And he was like, "Oh, my friend has a Pokédex." Is that who told you? Yeah, if you don't know Sister Location, it's not quite like other Five Nights at Freddy's games. It has differing sections. It's a bit more story driven rather than you just sit in an office and try not to die. Night 3 has 3 different sections. There's the I don't know what like official or unofficial terms are. But yeah, there's like the under the desk part. There's 4 parts, I think. There's under the desk, then there's Ballora's auditorium, and then there's the breaker room, and then you gotta go through Ballora's room again. I don't know if you can die on the backing out of Ballora's room, you know, going through the second time, but I was very scared that if I had died in the breaker room, I was gonna have to do everything over again. Wow, 3 Ponyta. Can't imagine where you got all of them. I've at least learned on night 3. When you go through the Foxy Auditorium, and then you go to Parts and Service, and if you die in Parts and Service, you have to go through Foxy Auditorium again. So there might not be any checkpoints in that game. I'm so envious of your Pokédex. The game is at least nice enough to like not set you through the complete entry sequence for the start of the night, but you do still have to hear the dialogue again when you go through Funtime Auditorium, so that's not fun. Trainers have all sorts of Pokemon with them, right? So the more trainers you... Oh, okay, it's suddenly night. It's officially nighttime. 8 o'clock, officially nighttime. So the more trainers you battle, the more your Pokedex will fill up. I'll catch you from over here. Oh, you want to teach me something about Pokemon? No. But I will teach you something about sister location. No, I think that's all I had to say. I gave it a few attempts. And I don't like having to go through the Funtime Auditorium again, so I just ended my recording session there, and I'll just record again whenever I feel like putting up with that again. The fun part is that Night 3 isn't even the worst part. I've heard it could be, like, the trickiest, but it's not the hardest part. Cat! Cat, you get out of there. Out of the hallway. Stop playing with stuff. I heard that. Knock it off. Duh, Peck, because you're a bug. That's possibly also part grass. Probably not part grass, because then you would have died. I've definitely heard before what the strategy is supposed to be for the parts and service section. I just don't quite remember it. And also, even if I knew it, that doesn't mean I know how to pull it off. You know, have enough mouse dexterity for it. Wow, is that right? I didn't tell you anything. There's so many kinds of Pokemon, I can't decide which one to pamper. Pick a favorite. I'd sensed the presence of a trainer for a while. It was you. It could have been that lady over there. She'd probably enjoy your insights. I think I've mentioned the sister location part, like the hardest part in that game before, where I've mentioned there's like a timer strategy. I don't know if I'll use it, because apparently the tricky part is that when you get closer to the end of the night, let's just say the thing you're supposed to be keeping track of gets more difficult to keep track of. And it's like in the last 10 seconds, they say not to shake off the other threat. Okay, Kadabra, I can gladly switch. So I guess the timer would be helpful for knowing the last 10 seconds of the night, so I know not to shake, but I don't know. Maybe I can get by. Knock on wood. Oh no. He bent the spoon! You know, I think if I just did 2 turns doing Slash, it would probably do more damage than using Toxic. Yeah, I should just do 2 slashes. Or a screech and a slash, I don't know. Good job, you identified me, and now you're about to die. Defeating you will be no easy matter. Is it possible to become more powerful by understanding Pokemon? Yes. For the sake of my collection, I can take on people who I know I can't beat. That's what a collector does. Nice little dance. Great. Yeah, we gotta get Ender some experience. She's actually the lowest level of the main party. Yeah, one shot. And you too. You should boast more about that last attack. I one-shotted you. Is that not boastful enough? I'm proud of having a Pokemon that others don't have. Oh, and I'm also proud of winning the second prize on Jubilife TV's daily drawings. Good for you. Kinda need more super potions. Is that a PI or is that a hiker? I've been traveling around the world chasing stories on mysteries. It's made me pretty tough. Oh, Ruin Maniac. See, they should have the PI. If it's not going to have its own unique field sprite, it should at least use the Ruin Maniac one, because it resembles it better. Shield on. Yeah, I don't have anything that can crack that. Gotta bring in DDD. That's a downer. Oh, I thought you were to the left of me for some reason. There are mysteries waiting for me to investigate around the world. This is no time to be feeling sorry for myself. It seems to be very mystifying. That is the sense I get. To show you what I mean, I'll battle you with the Pokemon I found. Brian. Hello, Ethereal Sapphire. How are you tonight? I should not be sending out the bird. Toby's Combo Breaker. Oh! Ah, it's Pursuit! Good, just chilling, that's good. Man, I'm already tired. It's been a half hour. I shouldn't be tired. Yeah, and our level. Let's learn Aerial Ace! Let me just 60 power. 60 power. Yep. Forgot Wing Attack and learned Aerial Ace. She learned it on her own. About to send in Geodude. I guess I don't really have anything else to crack a Geodude with, but I'll do Dead Ringer. I thought I had Iron Defense here. I guess I moved it. Oh, wow. Thank you for choosing Rollout. The move that starts off terrible. When I'm already resistant to it, so it's basically nothing. Oh gosh, Bronzor. That one's got to be DDD because we really don't have much else for Steel right now, especially if it levitates. Wow, especially if it levitates. I mean, I could teach someone Dig probably, but that's why especially levitate. So if it levitates, then even Dig wouldn't do any good. Let alone my absence of fire. Here we go. Don't make me hit myself 5 times in a row. Good. I can't win with Pokemon that I'm not familiar with. It seems to be very mystifying. That's the sense I get. Didn't you just say that? Oh, okay, we're back at the entrance now already. Wasn't quite sure where we were on that path. Sorry, I smacked the mic because I'm trying to move it. There. That should be good. I hope. Hope it's close enough. Hope I'm loud enough. Can always be hard to tell. I keep thinking those lanterns are people. Whee! Nope, not through the grass. To find my favorite Pokemon, I'll go east, west, or any which way. Wow, you're such a revolutionary. Jamal. Weasel. I'm still kind of in the mentality of like, okay, water Pokemon are going to use special attacks. Even though I know that's not true. But it's like, I don't know what else they would learn. I don't know what attacks of theirs would be physical instead of special. Another Weasel. See, was that physical? I don't even know. That could have been. Whoop. Sorry, I hit the thing again. Still have not figured out what that does. Hopefully it does not break the game. Other than, you know, when it makes the entire screen go white. Another Weasel! This is just the route of everyone using the same Pokemon 3 times. It's one thing when it's like fishermen because they only have, you know, so many fish they could be using. Not saying that water Pokemon are limited, but, you know, if you're going with the aesthetic of a fisherman, you wouldn't use Weasel or Octillery, you would use a fish. But they're my favorite Pokemon! He knew. He knew exactly what I was saying. If you're trying to find the Pokemon you want, you need to go everywhere. Not just east and west either. South and north are important too. Also try, did you try northwest? How about northeast? Did you know those are directions too? Although, you know, I feel like having said that about the fishermen, like, oh, they wouldn't use anything other than fish. I'm sure they've probably used, like, cloisters, or, well, maybe not cloister, but, Shellder. Or maybe, I had lost it. Staryu. Do I hear the ice cream truck? In real life? Because obviously there's no ice cream truck in Pokemon Diamond for the Nintendo DS. No, I don't think that was an ice cream truck. I mean, it is 8 p.m. and it's a little late for the ice cream truck. Maybe that's why they're using my... Maybe that's why my computer is using my location. The ice cream truck's coming to get me! I'm probably gonna get burned doing this. Actually, I don't even know what Ponyta's ability is. 29! Well, this grass is entirely useless. Why is there a gap in the fence here? Fowler Lakefront. To protect the lake. It's nice to know there are still people worth admiring like that. I believe his name was Cyrus? We've been asked to keep everyone out of the lake area. Reason? I'm not too sure, but apparently to protect the lake. Oh, you're one of those I'm just following orders types, huh? What am I to do? I've got to drop my sweet keys somewhere again. The hotel won't be happy with me. I'm sure I had it when I left the reception counter earlier. Why does it stop registering me holding B? This is a restaurant. This is an occupied suite. Ciao, I'm the game director. You're working on filling a Pokédex, aren't you? No, not really. It's awesome that you're going to meet lots of Pokemon. Come show me your Pokédex when you filled it with tons of entries. Did you throw anything good away? I'm apparently officially on the route now. Ah, hello. You wish to stay at night? Ah, but you've no reservations. I'm afraid we're totally booked. You might rest a while if you wish. We've restored your Pokemon to full health. What do you see again? Guess it's time to pull out my item finder. Oh, I didn't realize it pinged based on where I tap. Is this not the reception area? Okay, hang on. This hotel is so romantic. I hope a night on a Pokemon will sweep me away for a honeymoon here. Red Shard. Oh. Don't care. Ice Cream Truck Creepypasta. Yeah, it reminds me of the one episode of, what was that show called? I Can Battle Too. I'm gonna say it's the Nightmare Room. It was about a ice cream truck, kind of. It would deliver ice cream to people's doorsteps that would get them extremely addicted, and then they would just keep eating the ice cream, and then I think the trick was that there was a guy trapped inside the ice cream truck. He's not the one driving it, but he was trapped inside serving the ice cream. And the trick is that the ice cream makes you want to get inside the truck. And then when a new person enters, the old person can leave. It's one of those you gotta pass the curse on kind of curses. I lost, and now I feel hungry. That cloud looks like ice cream. I wish I could eat some. Just don't get it from the ice cream truck, whatever you do. Isn't this nice? I love my inner tube. It's a little late to be out swimming. His swim trunks almost blend in with his body. Looks like he's not wearing anything at all. Ah. It's not what I want to see in my Pokemon game. And one-shot the shells. Cool. Hopefully I'll be saying that again when we fight Cynthia. Only 20 more levels until we're ready. You know, I was gonna go into a tangent about how, like, you know, I feel like creepypastas are better than analog horror series. But, like, can I even name any creepypastas I thought were good? That, you know, that I've heard anyway. Like, they say Russian Sleep Experiment is good. They're wrong. That story sucks. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have a satisfying conclusion. And I know horror is not supposed to have, like, a happy ending, but... You know, it doesn't mean the ending has to be terrible. Oh, I do remember one. There was one creepypasta that I know is actually good and has actually good sequels, or maybe it was just the one sequel, but Abandoned by Disney. That is the only good creepypasta that I know of. I couldn't move very well because of my inner tube got in the way. My mom blew up my inner tube for me. I ran out of breath just opening it. Keep running. Don't know why he keeps letting go of B. There's a fancy hotel and a fancy place with a fancy restaurant. The fancy restaurant's filled with fancy people who think of themselves as being too fancy to battle alone. Fancy. Ah, I almost had that fish reeled in. Almost had that fish reeled in. Put the emphasis wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of creepypastas, if you revisit them nowadays, they're just bad. Like, I know for a fact Chef the Killer, for as iconic as it is just abysmal. But Abandoned by Disney, that's the one that Five Nights at Treasure Island is based off of, I think. Pretty sure it's based on that. Or at least loosely based on it. You know, with photo-negative Mickey and stuff. It's at least where they get that idea from, if not all the other threats in that game. Although, no, I'm thinking about, like, I remember there were, like, sequel games to Five Nights at Treasure Island. And I think some of them do kind of follow up on the lore of Abandoned by Disney. The idea of these entities being created by, like... I think the idea is that if enough people think about something, it becomes real. Or, I don't know if it has to specifically be that they fear something, or just that the idea is there, but... And I think one of the sequels to Five Nights at Treasure Island has something like that in its lore. Ow. Okay, I'm going to heal first. But I really like Abandoned by Disney because it actually, like, has payoff to stuff. It actually makes sense when you know the full story and you go through it again knowing, you know, especially with the added context from the sequel. Like, the iconic part of the original story was like, oh, they find a photo-negative Mickey, and then he's like, oh, want to see my head come off? And then he pulls his head off, and then it, like... I forget what color the ooze was that came out, but, you know, it's not blood. It's like... I want to say it was green? But maybe it was, like, blue? Like cyan or something? You know, ooze comes out. And then the assumption when you first read that is, oh, he took his head off and photo-negative blood is coming out. But when you actually think about it, the color they used is not the opposite of red. It's actually like the opposite. I want to say it's the opposite of yellow. You need to have more respect for a grown-up. You need to settle down some. Try to remember that line from Stan. It's like, I think you'd be just doing fine if you relax a little. I can't remember the full part. Dr. Footstep. Pokemon are quite easy for me to read. I need only see their footprints and their innermost thoughts are revealed to me. Oh, you're skeptical of my claim? Then let your Staravia walk in front of me, right here. From its footprints, I will determine how it feels about you. Ender and Dawn make a perfectly matched combo. I've seen all sorts of people so far, but Dawn understands Ender's feelings most. I'm a little hungry. You can tell, right? What? And that is what your Staravia thinks of you. Okay, bye. I never want to meet Dr. Footstep ever again. So anyway, when you revisit Abandoned by Disney with the context added by the sequel or sequels, I forget how many there were, that you realize that color isn't, you know, it's wrong on purpose. Let me demonstrate my technique. It's how this grown-up battles. So the idea is that it's not blood coming out, it's barf, which isn't much better, but the idea, like I said, the idea is that if enough people think about something, it becomes real, and that's what created photo-negative Mickey. And it's created not out of the idea of like, oh, what if there was an evil Mickey, but created out of like a combined idea of like I want to say the fear of a kid seeing someone in a Mickey costume taking their head off. To them, it would be like Mickey ripping his own head off. Because, you know, they don't think of it as a guy in a costume. They think that's Mickey. That's the real Mickey Mouse. That's how you attack? Pshaw. Yeah, well, I beat you, so will you psh that? You're so much more of a trainer than you look. I have no idea where I'm going. I keep thinking like, oh, I'm as far to the east or as far to the west as this route goes. And then there's more! Yeah, there was also something about like, you know, performers getting sick in the costume and throwing up with the head on. And then, you know, that's what creates that scene. That idea basically coming to life and photo-negative Mickey removing his head to let all the barf out. So like it's a scary moment that also has substance because it actually makes sense when you apply the rest of the story to it. Guess I was going the correct way this whole time. Oops. At least until I can surf. Don't know if surfing will take me anywhere, but I guess we'll see later. Probably not. I'm gonna say no. It probably won't. I've heard that Ted the Caver is also a good creepypasta, and I don't think it's a bad story, but I certainly don't find it scary. It's just a guy who becomes really obsessed with digging a tunnel. I don't even remember if he finds anything. I think it's left ambiguous on purpose. Be like, oh, scary. We don't know if he died. Like, that's not scary. I recently saw someone do an analysis. It was a video. Of course, it's a video. Where else would I see someone do an analysis? Someone did an analysis of what was it called? The Oldest View, which is an analog horror series by Kane Pixels, the Backrooms guy. I didn't think that was scary either. The person doing the analysis pointed out a couple of times where even though he knew the jump scare was coming, or not jump scare, but knew the scary part was coming, he still... Oh, this is a gym, not a Pokemon Center. Wait, I was just at the Pokemon Center. What am I doing? I'm gonna save first, and then we go through. Actually, I should buy items. Yeah, they said they knew the parts were coming, and they still got scared by certain parts, and I'm like... You thought that was scary? Maybe it just didn't work on me because I wasn't looking directly at the screen when they happened, but... It's like, I rewound, and... Like, oh, the rolling giant, when he comes on screen, it's scary. Like, no. I can see how it's eerie, but not... I wasn't scared by it. Let me fly back to... Veilstone, that's what it was. Stock up on potions, just in case I lose, and then I don't have money to lose. I know creepypastas are usually supposed to be... They're supposed to not be real, but some people sure do do a good job at making them feel real. Yeah, it's funny when people are, like, they're looking at, like, paranormal footage and it's like, was that Slender Man? Was that the Rake? It's like, no, those are stories. Those are things we can confirm are just stories that someone made up. The people who made up those stories are still alive. Are you you're the TM counter, aren't you? No, you're the Zinc person. Like, you could say ghosts are just a story, or, whatever mythological creature is just a story. But the difference is, we don't know who started the story of, No, I don't want your counter app. Like, we don't know who started those myths. We absolutely know who started Slender Man. Or the Rake. We know they're fake. There's no, was that the Rake? When you see something creepy in footage, like, it cannot possibly be the Rake. It is 100% made up. Where is the medicine counter again? Are you the medicine counter? What's recommended? I don't want to talk! Do I have to keep going up, or was I on the... Were they on the first floor? Let me try the first floor. I don't think they were on the fourth. Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm not used to being able to buy items on the first floor. And I'll buy full heals with the rest of my money. Ooh, perfect. Brings me to 10. That satisfies my fixation on numbers. I'm not going to call it OCD. It's not OCD. It's just, I just like the numbers to be a certain way. Oh, is this supposed to be telling me the direction I came from? But because I used fly, it's like, okay, you went this way, and then you used fly, and then you went this way. Interesting. But yeah, I guess it's true that the best creepypastas are the ones that are like they do a good job of making them believable and like they could have actually happened. Like isn't that the thing that makes like Smile Dog so good, is that it was so convincing that it actually made it on the news? What type is this gym? The gym leader Wake. Crasher Wake is a master of water type Pokemon. I'd say you've got guts if you try to face down water types with fire or ground type Pokemon. But that part I'll leave up to you. Go and have some good battles. Oh, are we playing with water levels here? We're playing with water levels. My body isn't the only thing I work on toughening up here. I also work on my Pokemon and my spirit. Jackie. Not the Jackie I want to be seeing. I want to see the one from Secret of the Mimic. We need to know where she went. She kind of disappeared. Where did she go? It's definitely really strange how much Jackie was in the promotional material for Secret of the Mimic. Only for her to be the character that gets the least amount of screen time in that game. Even if, you know, they're all the Mimic, it's technically all the same screen time. No, Jackie as a costume for the Mimic barely gets used. And then it kind of just disappears. Wow, trainer, you might be tougher than our gym leader. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe I'll do like Wake. Crasher Wake. And wear the same kind of mask. I think that's illegal. I don't think you can wear the same mask as someone. At least if he's like a masked wrestler. All right, here we go. I have mastery over the the incredible power of water. You won't win. Man, you're a fisherman. Shut up. Dropped on the deck and flopped like a fish. I'm definitely concerned having no real water counter. And considering the last gym leader's Pokemon, like their best Pokemon was like level 30. What's Crasher Wake's gonna be? 35? 36? 37? But now I'm just counting. Could be anything above 35, I bet. And that's concerning. But the kid wins anyway. I'm just bowled over. You know what? I should probably I don't know how many levels they're going to gain on the way there, but let's do our best. Let's try to be prepared. You know, as prepared as we can be, anyway. I'm going to talk to you from the side! I've traveled all over the globe while raising Pokemon. This is the gym I've chosen. You'll find it a handful for sure. A handful of what? Sailor Damien. I like how when Wingull goes into its rest position, it opens its mouth. I hope he has a second one so I can point it out. Okay. Cool. I like when I get critical hits. That's fun. Another Wingull! Okay. So mouth closed, and then... Ah! Wow. So apparently when Ender got a critical, it only did the smidge remaining. And quick attack already was massively painful. It is silly, yes. Wingull is definitely silly. Silly little guy. You're the kind of top class tough. Why do you got binoculars in here? If you were to go around the world, I'm sure you'd be tougher Pokemon. Nah, they probably cap at like 60. Missing the... Forgetting the button. Were there any trainers on the lower levels? Am I drowning people when I make the level go up? I would love to see if the tube, you know, these inner tube kids, I would love to see them at the bottom, and then you make the water level go up, and then they go up with it, because they're in tubes. I want to become a stronger trainer, like Crash or Wake. I guess she's technically not in a tube, but she has a tube. Oh no, not water gun. I definitely feel like in other games I have completely skipped on Aerial Ace. I probably shouldn't have. Aerial Ace is great. My train of thought was probably, oh, I got Fly, I don't need Aerial Ace. Just use Aerial Ace, it never misses. It's such a solid move. I'd go a whole game with Quick Attack. Wow, that's the best you can do for a super effective. You are not utilizing your... Well, wait, was that rollout? Okay, you know what? I'll blame that on rollout. Yeah, I'm sure I've gone whole games with Quick Attack in one of my guys' movesets. And not Aerial Ace? You're too much. Maybe I'll do like Wake. I mean, Crash or Wake, and use the same kinds of Pokemon. Oh, I can't see more to the left. I could swear there's a fisherman to the left who's on the middle layer. I've landed the most fish Pokemon in the world. I'm next. Did I read that right? I feel like I didn't read that right. Eric with a K. James with a Z. Okay, but seriously, why does Goldeen look so bald? Is it just the pose? Because I think in all the other games, they have her tail going up... Well, I say her. This one's a he. They have his tail going above his head. That must be it. Gyarados. Uh-oh. So now I'm concerned. Although I do kind of feel like Gyarados is a Pokemon that's either terrifying or disappointing, depending on who is using Gyarados. Ow. And I'm just gonna fly. Maybe by the time I come back down, you'll be confused. Okay, great. There we go. Now I just need you to hit yourself. I'm gonna fly again. So I had a thought earlier today while I was playing Sister Look, or maybe it was after. No, it was after, while I was reading about stuff, trying to prepare for the next section. I was reading about later in the game with the private room. Turn itself into confusion, yes! Not a lot, but I think I can finish you. So I was reading about the private room, and it mentioned how in Help Wanted 2, the private room is slightly different. And I wonder if that can be considered a retcon. Because in the Help Wanted 2 version of it, you don't have the Fredbear plush sitting on the desk. So I wonder... This is probably just me being like, man, I don't believe in the theory that the Fredbear plush is a two-way radio. But I wonder if that it not being on the... Oh, good job, Ender. Good job. I wonder if it not being on the desk in Help Wanted 2 is a deliberate choice. I mean, like, sure, having it in the sister location was deliberate, but I have always wondered, since that ending is non-canon, is the plush being there supposed to confirm that that's what's going on, or is it supposed to deconfirm it? Because Scott has known to put references to theories that are deconfirmed in his games. Level 19, that's the best you could grow. Being #1 in the world doesn't mean a thing. You know, if I was number one of the world at something, I don't know if I would feel like #1 of the world. You know? I figured I got too wrapped up in fishing and neglected training. Guess I gotta go this way. Water down more. Like, I remember there was, I think it was like an April Fool's Day version, or like a troll release, early release for Ultimate Custom Night. Like the raging sea, I crashed down and washed away everything before me. That's just how I roll. So there was like a joke release of Ultimate Custom Night before the full version came out. And one of the ways that Scott referenced theories that, in a way to basically make fun of them and deconfirm them, one of them was Phone Guy being the killer. I'm flying. Just don't miss. So I've always wondered if the plush being in Sister Location to begin with was supposed to be poking fun at the theory and being like, nah, that's not real. Or if it was really, you know, supposed to be like, hey, look, there it is. You were right. There we go. Because here's the other thing. Oh, rain continues to fall. Oh no, it's snowing on Mount Fuji. It's like a Wingle. Because in the same room, they confirm, I say they, Scott confirms 1983 as the year FNAF 4 happened. I'm definitely going to heal up before I continue. Because in that room, you put in the code 1983 on a keypad, and you see the FNAF 4 location. So that is the way that game taking place in 83 was fully confirmed. But I don't know, because it's not like that in Help Wanted 2. It makes me wonder if it's deconfirmed, you know, if it's been retconned. Because I would think if the Help Wanted 2 version is supposed to be the same room but in VR, why would they get rid of a detail that's lore relevant, you know? Great. Came crashing down from Fly and smashed right into the ground. Not Wingle, the ground. Fine. I'll quick attack you and see if that does you in. No! Come on, Ender. Don't get ended by a Wingle. Okay, we got this. Shellos. But yeah, if we want to keep on the idea of the non-canon ending is to deconfirm stuff, and the argument could be made that the keypad has the code 1983 to confirm something that was shown in the game. Because, you know, Fredbear and Friends 1983 reference is in FNAF 4. It's, you know, it showing up in Sister Location is the first instance of 83 showing up in any of the games. You know, not like freaking sound illusion discs or nightmare gas like people theorize. But, if we want to say this ending is to deconfirm stuff, then we can't deconfirm 83 because it was confirmed by another game. It was backed up. There was additional evidence. But the plush and the cameras looking into the FNAF 4 house were not seen in any other game. Even Help Wanted, which is supposed to be referencing the previous games. It's supposed to just be a recreation of the games. So I would think that if the plush is lore relevant, it would still be there. But, you know, I guess it goes back to what I keep saying about theories. Does it matter? Does it really matter if Afton was watching his child with a spy camera plush bear? That doesn't really change the story. Doesn't change the fact that the kid died and then Afton would kill people on purpose. That wave didn't even wash my hands. I now become like a waveless sea. Okay, so the sides should let me leave. And I definitely want to go heal first. Also, it's break time, so maybe I'll leave you in suspense. Even though I'll have to do the entire... I'll have to run around the entire gym again, because I'm sure the water level's going to reset. But... yeah, I guess I can't really say... like, oh, FNAF 4 house being a real location was deconfirmed, because the breaker room, which is canon, is the part that has the map that shows the same the rooms. So, even if that one piece of evidence of the FNAF 4 house being real isn't canon, there's still another piece of evidence that proves it kind of is. I don't know why I waited for the saving screen. Break time. We'll fight the gym later in a little bit. I kind of wish I had a timer that starts when I go on break, so I know how long I've been on break for. Also, I think the game capture moved slightly to the left or the right. Is it just me? Hang on, let me I think it moved. Whatever. I'm not fixing it right now. I don't get why it moves. I did not adjust anything. It's locked in place. It should not be moving. It should not be editable. It should not be capable of being altered. So anyway, I guess I could take the experience share off of oh, that's the wrong pouch. I take the experience share off of Boom Bloom because I don't think she's getting any more levels. And any experience we get from Crash Awake, I want going to the Pokemon that actually did it. Sorry, Boom Bloom, but you are a temporary party member, not a permanent member. No, I don't need to save. I'm not gonna save again. Excuse me. Alright, we're making another lap around this place. At least I know the way this time. And I also don't have to... Oh, he was up on the... Okay, so there are no trainers on the layers you drown. Wait a minute. No, wait, that was correct. Let me hit this button. Oh, wait, do I need that button? No, I don't. No, that would have reset me. Don't... I was gonna say don't hit that button. I mean, yeah, don't. I didn't. Who am I talking to? Me? I like that I can walk off of stairs that way. It doesn't feel like I should be able to do that. So I want this button. Gonna go all the way down. And then all the way up. Blue button. And now we can get to Crash Awake. Welcome. I don't get challenged very often. The glory you are now beholding is the Pastorius Gym Leader. That's right, I'm Crasher Awake. My Pokemon are toughened up by stormy white waters. They'll take everything you can throw at them and then pull you under. Victory will be ours. Come on, let's get it done. I found a secret identity. It's Larry the Cable Guy. I hate to inform you. I hate to ruin the illusion, the mystery. Crasher Wake is Gary the Cable Guy. Larry the Cable Guy. Gary the Label Guy. Okay, 27. I'll take it. Guess I'll just handle Gyarados. I've been handling Gyarados. Hopefully I won't miss. So can I... Can I not miss? Well, at least he missed 2. I'll take it. Can I just say, I'm still thinking about how I managed to beat FNAF 4. Like, in the moment, it's really tense, but thinking back on it, I'm like, man, that was kind of fun. You know, it was tense, but like good tense, the effective tense, the kind of tense you hope for when you engage with a horror experience. And I kind of actually wouldn't mind replaying it. Like, especially if I'm not recording it and there's no obligation to finish it or, you know, to beat it within a efficient amount of time. Oh, shoot, he got me with the swagger this time. Well, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm sure this still works. Status healers. Full heal. Yeah. got over its status trouble. Cool, we both potioned. Well, I'm buffed now, though, so that's bad for you. Thanks for sharply raising my attack power. For free! Get him! Kablam! Yes. That's what I was hoping for. I hope you're not going to use another potion. Well, I was going to say I should have used quick attack. I mean, if he was going to potion, that wouldn't have helped. I guess I could have gotten away with aerial ace. But Fly succeeded, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, when I beat FNAF 4, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm never doing that again. It'll be like Pizzeria Simulator. I enjoyed playing it, but I don't want to play it again. But actually, now that it's been a couple of days, I kind of do want to play it again. But it's enough Flutzel. And again, it's like, you know, now that I can play it again without an obligation to record it and have to beat it in an efficient amount of time, like, yeah, I can totally play it again. I think the difference between it and Pizzeria Simulator is that Pizzeria Simulator is, like, entirely sound-based. Whereas, FNAF 4 is, like, you do get a visual element to it. You know, you get to check the hallways with the doors. If you... great. If you look at a door and you flash your flashlight and you see one of the animatronics retreat down the hallway, you know for a fact where they are. So there's no question about it. Whereas in a Pizzeria Simulator, you just you have to go off of the clanging, and you could potentially. I was gonna use Screech instead of Smokescreen, but actually, I'll just go for Slash. Thanks. Thank you for using the move I resist. In Pizzeria Simulator, there is no confirming. If you hear clanging, you have to hope that you're able to hear the clanging of them going away. Otherwise, you could probably be wrong and then just die. Right, you have multiple potions, and that was healing range. I'm gonna leave you with the Toxic if I can. Good, you're doing the one I resist again. So now I'll leave you with the Toxic and however much damage Aftermath is doing. I'll go for the Toxic again. Like, I still like Pizzeria Simulator. Wow, Aftermath still just did, like, nothing, didn't it? I still like Pizzeria Simulator, but I definitely think FNAF 4 is the better game. I think it was just inherently more fun. But I also think that it does convey more with sound than Pizzeria Simulator does. Yeah, I resist that. Because like I said, with Pizzeria Simulator, you just have... Well, you have voice lines that play when they're about to get in events sometimes, which I think is only like once a night that the voice lines play. And then you have the sound of them getting in the vent and then leaving. Ow. Oh, come on. It's gonna hit the last use item button, but that's full heal. The pause makes me think it's gonna say, but it failed. It's like, Pokemon does not do potions failing. I think I already said this when I was talking about FNAF 4 in general, but like, yeah, You got so many more sound cues to go off of. You're supposed to be able to hear Foxy down the hallway, so you know which side he's on, so you can prevent him from getting in. You can hear the Freddles when they start to get real built up. At least I think. That's what It's Taken said. Level 32. I was going to say 53. Oops. Neither of those numbers were correct. Quagsire. Trying to think, like, what is my backup plan if DDD goes down? I mean, I guess I just have to go with Din Ringer. Hey, that there! That was a good move! Oh. I thought ground had a weakness to steel. I'm assuming Quagsire is water ground. Not Bubble Beam, it's just that too. Or, oh right, you don't. Because ground has a weak, okay. So now you're neutral to water, and because that's my better stat, this is where it gets exciting. Yeah, you're gonna potion, so I'm gonna do the same. If you have any potions left anyway. He did not. Okay, well then we got this. Just need to hit Quagsire with the water bomb again. Bubble beam. And then we win. Yay! Hooah! It's gone and ended. How will I say this? I want more! I want to battle a lot more! It seems the Undertow pulled me under, but had a great time battling with you. You've earned this. The Fen Badge. You need that Fen Badge to use the hidden move Defog outside of battle. Yeah, well, the wiki says Defog isn't a required HM. This is a special award for me in recognition of your team's power. What move did he even... What even was his signature move? Brine. It inflicts double the damage on targets with less than half their health left. Use it to end battles decisively. Maybe I will, Crash Awake. Maybe I will. Maybe not right now, because I'm probably going to have to teach DDD Waterfall. But, you know, once I'm able to remove that from his moveset, yeah, sure, I'll teach him Brine. You could say, when that happens, it will be Brine time. Why do I feel like it's time to end the stream? We're not even halfway done. I think I am feeling less tired than I was an hour and a half ago, though. So, that's something. Just got to keep talking about FNAF more. That's all. And earlier, I was like, okay, I've already talked about FNAF 4. I've spent several streams rambling about it. I need tonight to just... I need to stop talking about it. And then here we are. But, you know, it's fine, because it's something I'm passionate about, and it's okay to talk about it. It's not illegal. Just buy 5 for now. And I'll buy... Oh, you don't have full heals. That's department store exclusive, is it? How many escape ropes do I have? 3? Okay. Good enough for me. Frankly, I have no idea defog was a thing because I always forgot it existed and just went to places without removing fog. Well, that's good to know because that tells me that it's really easy to get through the game without using defog. 'Cause, 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 Which is kind of funny because you could say that Defog and Flash are like similar moves. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. Okay. I don't understand the point of this mud. I don't get it. Okay, this rain is making it lag, isn't it? Can you keep up with us? I bet Ender can. Luxio. Oh, okay. Maybe not Ender. Because they say, like, Defog and Flash are, you know, interchangeable, basically. But I definitely find it hard to get around without Flash. So, I guess Defog isn't that much like Flash, as some people might say it is. I'll switch to Nani, why not? Because I would think if Defog was the kind of thing where you really wanted Defog to help you through an area, I don't know, you probably would have realized that Defog was the thing. Because, you know, to me it says, like, it didn't trigger your brain that, like, man, this is terrible, there's got to be a way to get rid of this fog. And then that would lead you to remember Defog. You know, that's one of those ways that, like, metagame thinking can be helpful. You know, it's good to be immersed, but sometimes it's also good to step back and be like, okay, what were the developers thinking? What is the intended thing here? Rain continues to fall. You know, it's like you're playing a Metroid game and you're you reach a superheated area and you don't have the Various suit yet. It's kind of safe to say, like, oh, they're probably not going to make me go through the superheated area without the Various suit. I probably have to go back and find it first. And yes, I know Metroid Other M has you go through a superheated area without the Various suit. Other M is a different breed of Metroid game. Other M lets you restore your health when you're low. I'm not saying it fully justifies running through a superheated area without the Various suit activated, because yes, in that game, Samus activates and deactivates her powers, and just hasn't reactivated Various suit before going through there. I acknowledge that's pretty stupid. But gameplay-wise, it's not like a, what were they thinking? You shouldn't have to go through here without Various suit. Like, it kind of makes sense, because they're utilizing the healing mechanic. You've got energy to burn. It's just like Samus and Other M. You can burn some of your energy and then restore it later. However hard you battle, make sure you never harm the environment. Try not to break any branches or trample any plants, okay? You mean like this? But, you know, point remains, if you ever hit something in a game, it's like, man, this is awful. Maybe there's something you're missing. And it can be helpful to be like, okay, what am I missing? Am I missing something? I guess there's also like a poison bog in Dark Souls. Where I would hit that and go, okay, maybe there's something I can do to go through the poison without getting poisoned. No, it's just, you have to go through it, and it sucks, and it's terrible, and it's like that on purpose, because Dark Souls hates you. Oh, hey, Toxic, I don't need that, because my poison type already knows it. Okay, I can wiggle out, I don't have to do a circle. Am I stuck in the bog? Of course not, how silly. This is a full-body mud pack. If it weren't, I would be squirming and struggling to get out. Yeah, you tell me that now after I already figured it out on my own. After I already had to figure it out on my own. I have to assume running makes me sink less. Whooper! Whooper can't cause any harm. He's harmless. He's armless and harmless. Also, I'm flying, so I'm immune to ground. Yeah. He's armless. There are Pokemon that become more powerful when it rains. Water type. I guess electric too, because then thunder never misses. Electric moves in general don't become perfect accuracy moves. Just thunder. Or is it thunderbolts? It's not even like all the electric, like all the strong ones. It's just one specific one. Cool. One shot the Goldeen. Good job, Ender. Now let's see you one shot the Weasel too. Oh yeah, I forgot I wanted to say while I was talking about how I want to play FNAF 4 again. Definitely one of those things where, like, you know, getting a greater appreciation for it, having actually played it myself instead of watching someone else play it. Like Rain, my tears flow from losing. They call me the Rain Woman. It's kind of sad, I guess. I want to show off my pretty parasol, but it will get dirty in the rain. I was going to say that's what it's for, but I guess a parasol is different from an umbrella. Oh, such a big dilemma. I don't know why I went down and then up. I was pressing down. Shards wanted. Technical machines offered. Okay, let's see what technical machines I can get. Probably nothing right now. My big sister collects shards. She says they remind her of a place she worked at long ago. If you find 10 shards of the same color, please let me know. I would gladly trade you a technical machine for them. Okay, well, I guess I don't have any. And I don't know what technical machine she's going to give me. Can't you see I'm fishing? Don't talk, you'll spook the fish. Yeah, I think I said that when I finished FNAF 3, but, like, definitely appreciate FNAF 4 more now. Whenever my wallpaper shuffles to a picture of the Nightmare animatronics, I just look at them and go, I beat you! That's the face of someone I beat! And I do already kind of have a little bit more appreciation for Sister Location as well. Even though I've only done a couple of the nights. And the first one is technically not even really a night, it's kind of just an introduction. It's kind of more there for the story than it is, well, I guess the first night's always like that. You know, first night's not usually that bad at any of these games. But it is still possible to die on those nights. Especially in FNAF 4, as we know. Because sometimes they will have... Actually, not sometimes. They will always have threats active, at least at some point. I guess FNAF 3 also doesn't have anything on the first night. Because, you know, Springtrap's not there yet. But in the other games, the animatronics are there. And they are active, they're just not super active. You know, they're basically sleepwalking. But like in FNAF 1, you could still run out of power. You can still die to Foxy. Bonnie is probably going to show up at least once. Chica might even start walking around. Sheesh, I got a Pokemon. And that, I got snagged on his phrasing. Fishing and battling are delicate things, as am I. Is that wrong? That's okay to be sensitive. What a Pokemon sure get happy when it rains. So do I. I don't mind it raining as long as it doesn't, you know, storm hard or flood or anything. Like if it's just casual rain, it's all right. I like rain. Yeah, Sister Location is one of those games like FNAF 3 where it's just not possible to die on night 1. So technically, I've only beaten one of the actual true nights, but just getting a feel for how the game actually, you know, feels, it does actually kind of feel like a point-and-click adventure game, which is fun. I know before the game came out, people were like, oh, is it free roam? No. You move around more than you did in previous games, that's for sure. But no, it's not free roam. So this is one of those moves I know is kind of recommended for Staravia because it's a high power move, but I don't want to go with the lower accuracy. I will take something that is like high power, but it also damages you. Is it also damages the user a little bit? I would take that in other moves as long as they are more accurate. I don't want takedown. I would rather have agility, or double team, and quick attack. I want to say I'd get rid of Fly, but I don't think I'm ever getting rid of Fly, and I'm definitely keeping Aerial Ace. That is my new go-to flying move. You know, it's kind of sad to think about how much fans wanted a free roam Five Nights at Freddy's game. And then when we finally got Security Breach, I think people were just over the idea by then. Either that or they wanted it and then played it and then were unhappy with it, and now people just really want classic games again. Well, like I've said, I like Security Breach on paper. I still haven't played it yet, but I like the idea of it. I loved Secret of the Mimic. Really enjoyed playing it. Even if I acknowledge it could be better, and is maybe not necessarily a straight improvement off of Security Breach, I still think they're great games. So I'm looking forward to another one, whether it's another free roam one or they go back to offices. It would be fun for them to release just like a smaller title that's not meant to be as big as like Security Breach or Secret of the Mimic. Oof, just got trampled right under your feet that time. You know, just make a official throwback game that's, you know, done in the style of the old games. That's, you know, just 5 nights and that's it. Yup, a kid like you should be running around outside, rain or shine. I'm proud of my Pokemon. Here, I'll show you why. You know, I feel like it kind of is like a 3D Zelda, 2D Zelda kind of situation, where it's like 3D Zelda does not inherently replace 2D Zelda. There's still room for them to make 2D Zeldas. I feel the same way about Five Nights at Freddy's. They can have their 3D free roam games, but they should definitely consider, you know, making some smaller games that are just classic style games. You know, I keep forgetting that the Ocarina of Time remake is coming out this year. It doesn't feel like it should be, especially considering all we know about it is that clip of the intro. That's not even the full intro, and not even gameplay. I think I've seen people complaining about how little we've seen about the next Pokemon. But, like, compare that to... You know, no one cares about how little we've seen of Ocarina of Time. Or at least no one's really complaining. Not completely complaining. Like, oh man, we didn't see much of it. Oh, that's a worrying sign. I don't know if people are saying it's worrying that we haven't seen more of Wind and Waves yet, but... I'm sure there are people, because you know, there's always people. Pokemon can't win. The internet will always be mad, no matter what Pokemon does. People will always be mad that there's not another Gold and Silver situation where you get to go into another region. But then, you know, if they did that, people would just complain that the game is too long or too bloated with content and none of it is substantial, and or that it goes on for too long, or that it just didn't hit the same. Those would be the most infuriating comments with people who, yeah, well, it just wasn't as special as Gold and Silver. Youch, you sure showed me how tough you were. You know, the people who say that they want them to have multiple regions in one game again, but then you know that if they did that, they would just be like, well, it wasn't as special. Because, yeah, of course it wasn't special, because the first time you saw it happen was the first time you saw it happen, and it was amazing because you didn't expect it. Now, even if you're not expecting it in another new game, you've seen it before, so it wouldn't blow your mind. Also, you're not a kid anymore, so it's not going to blow your mind as much as anything could have blown your mind when you were a kid. Oh, what do we have here? That's a Pokedex. It records Pokemon data upon sight. I've never seen one before. I heard you could move the sun or moon icon to check the Pokemon habitat map by time of day. There's a habitat map? Okay, let me... That's the wrong icon. I mean, I guess there was the area. Area unknown, wow. I like, hang on, I could show you. So this is the icon he was talking about. Oh, you can see both of my cursors, oops. Yeah, I like how, like, it's charming that you can just slide it wherever. Except for, you know, down on the earth. Oh no, it's Majora's Mask! Ah! That would make more sense if I had it on the moon. It's Majora's Mask! No! But I like how you could wiggle it up and down. Woo. Compulsive need to save. Wow, the game world even froze. That was mildly concerning. I wish some fish-loving lady'd come along, but no, it's all just trainers. Cameron. Okay, all this preamble. Just let me knock out the fish. Alright. Whatever. Rein in. Come on. Barboach. I've noticed that so far, gym leaders have all had 3 Pokemon, I think. Or at least the past 2 did, and I'm pretty sure the 2 before them did. Ooh. I'm not going to assume that all gym leaders... Sure, so I lost, but that's whatever. I don't know why it doesn't wait for you to click that button to advance the dialogue. If you know any ladies like that, if you know any ladies that like to that like fishing, help me sink the hook in them. I'd rather not. Not if you're gonna phrase it as sink the hook in them. Did I ever go back to that, I don't remember where it was. There was a spot on one of the routes. Somewhere on this route. Stop getting stuck at the same spot. Where there was an upper path. I hate this route. Yeah, there it is. I didn't see what was along this route. Or this path. Yeah, I'm not going to say that every gym leader is going to have exactly 3 Pokemon. But I have noticed that they have a minimum of 3, which is cool. Well, I guess I haven't noticed if that's how it's always been. It could have always been that way. Well, I guess not always, because I think, like, Surge only had, like, 1 or 2 Pokemon one time. In one of the games. Oh, here comes a nice-looking trainer. This is worth evaluation. Scientist Sean. Oh no, not Abra's physical attack. He's a well-known physical attacker. I feel like it's probably time to take Ender out of the front. I don't think he needs to be getting all this experience. I think he's good for now. Kadabra. I know Inade is hurt, but he'll be fine. I like how from behind, Stunky kind of looks like half of a mustache. Nice. Our research has arrived at this one conclusion. You're a tough one. A huge variety of Pokemon live in the Great Marsh. You see, countless years ago, this whole area was under the sea. Apparently that was before Legends Arceus times. Okay, let's put Inade in the front. Even if Dead Ringer is lower level. Now I'm gonna cut Tree Maze. When it rains, I get more tense. When I play Five Nights at Freddy's 4, I get really tense. Disable? Good. Don't disable my slash. That's my only attacking move. It's not very easy trying to battle while holding an umbrella. I'm certain that someone has said that in another game. If it rained every day, I could have my umbrella open all the time. You could also have it out in the day, or in dry weather too. You just say you're keeping the sun off of you. Which way have I not gone yet? This way. That totally looked like I was not on it. I'm gonna try going around this way, see what's over here. I see an item. Have I fought you yet? I saw people riding their bikes and using a log just like a bridge. Apparently you're not a fight. Silver Wind? That sounds like it would be a fairy move, but fairy doesn't exist yet. We still got a couple of games to go. Honestly, I'm kind of excited for X and Y. I think I've said before, but I mean, I repeat myself a lot anyway. That, well, I started with Black and White, and then I got Black 2, White 2, and I didn't finish that originally. The foe is attacked with powdery scales blown by wind. It may also raise all the user's stats. What type is this? Is it? Oh, it's bug. Interesting. Can anyone learn it? No. But, what was I saying? X and Y. I really liked X and Y. That was the first one where I got both versions. So, I'm looking forward to going through it again. I've spotted a sneaky trainer. Especially knowing that that's where Pokemon became really easy. So, I'm looking forward to having an easy time, having smooth sailing. Not that there'll never be struggles, but for the most of the game, it'll be smooth sailing. And then, I guess as long as I keep my levels up to speed, then it will always be smooth. That's not gonna help you. Yeah. Rain continues to fall. It's snowing on Mount Fuji. Says about Machop. Yeah, I'll let Anade keep doing it. Ow. Okay, no, I resisted that pretty well. How about I hit you with the Toxic? You have pretty good defenses, but you won't survive Toxic. Yeah, especially if I actually land the hit, which I did. Okay, well, I don't like that. I know fighting is neutral damage for Inade, but I still don't want to get hit with a Focus Punch. It's nice that they don't use the Pokemon's Cry for those, I forget if Screech was one, but you know, good that they don't use the Pokemon's Cries for that anymore. Because just imagine for Screech. Oh, his defenses got lowered by 2 stages. Whoa. Also, I forgot there was the reflect, so that was probably why you had so much defense. Okay, cool. There's that icon again. It's using my location again. What application is using my location? Defeated. Sneakiness. Is or in? I didn't quite catch it. I'm sorry. It wasn't sneaky. It should have been tough. Yeah, Nade is doing pretty good. Let's compare stats. I haven't looked at all their stats in a while. Let's see how they're comparing to each other right now. Somehow it just feels appropriate for a skunk to like sour food. Okay, 46, 40, 33, 31, 51. Speed's actually its best stat. That's interesting. And then HP 40 or 84. I don't know how to put that in terms of the other stats. Like, I would consider it like, okay, you hit level 50, 30 in a stat is bad. 80 is maybe, I would, at this point, I would say like 70 to 80 would be average for level 50. So having like 100 or like in Tentacruel's case, 120, or I don't know if it hit 120 by the end of the game, but like that is the balance I'm feeling. HP, I have no idea how to put that into that kind of balance. But yeah, if we're 20 levels from 50, I feel like that's not terrible. Those aren't terrible numbers. Okay, well now I do feel like they're terrible numbers because like 67 special attack. Its special attack is certainly carried away from its regular attack. Like at this point, I probably am foolish for ever physically attacking with DDD, but you know, type advantage. It happens sometimes. I should probably get rid of Peck though. You probably should not have Peck anymore. Maybe now is the time to replace a move with Brine. Maybe it's Brine time. Even if that would leave me without ways of dealing with Grass or Bug, at least specifically to DDD, I guess that'd be fine. I mean, Bug doesn't resist water, I think, so it should be fine. But yeah, only a few levels away. And, Stunky's not looking as tanky as he probably should. Okay, to be fair, I'm comparing him to an evolved Pokemon. And DDD is going to evolve one more time in probably a couple of levels. So, probably not fair to be comparing the two. I feel like I might be forgetting how Stunky evolves, but I think it does just level up, or evolve from level up, so I'm gonna let him hit level 36, and then I'll start worrying about when he evolves. Yeah, you're also not evolved, but those defense stats, those are great. Can't wait to see what they'll be when you evolve. Attack stinks, but it should because you're not a physical attacker, but your special attack also stinks, so that's not great. But they're equally as bad, so let's not say you're a terrible attacker, let's say you're mixed. Also, yeah, speed worst stat, that's fine. Oh, wrong button. 61, 48, 44, 42, 63. Sounds good to me. And then yeah, you're not permanent. No point in comparing. First tile. I should probably go back and heal because Slash is running out. We haven't seen that many critical hits with it, have we? It's like maybe one. So much for having high critical hit rate, huh? Or heightened. Owie! Well, great. No one gets the experience. So if my rule now is no repels, does fly count as a repel? And I don't mean literally, because like obviously I can't fly to new places. I have to walk there first. However, I could fly back to the previous town and get healing right away. Or I can walk and fight any encounter I get on the way there. So technically flying is like a repel in that it makes me miss out on encounters I could have gotten. I think I'm saying no fly. No fly for the purposes of going back to heal, unless I really, really need it, just like an escape rope. I bet the bike can't go through mud, yeah. I was hoping, like, maybe mashing A or B would work. Yeah, buttons don't work. I need to get myself a pair of Pegasus boots. If I had $1 for every time I reference Minish Cap tonight, I would have $2. Where was the Pokemon Center? Man, this game is running so smooth now that it's not raining. Remember how in older games I could beat like 2 gyms a night? Be cool if I could get on that pace again. But then again, this is the game known for being slow. Maybe it's not my fault if I don't get 2 gyms a night. Maybe that's just how it's paced. Which I'm not completely mad about. I don't need to be doing 2 gyms a night. It just feels nice to be making that much progress. I'm not gonna complain if this game is paced technically slower, you know, in terms of progression, that it just takes you longer to get from one gym to another, so that you're not taking on like 3 gyms within an hour. I think that's a good thing. You know, it makes the game last a bit longer. Sure, go ahead, raise your physical defense. I'm a special attacker. Or at least I've got special moves. I thought it was gonna roll out for a moment. I don't know if the barrel can learn rollout. Oh, he had an orange berry. I have not picked up a single berry, have I? Oh, there's the rollout. And he missed. Good job. I don't have a single berry. I just have not bothered to go up to any of the berry plants and pick them. Okay, we're good to go. Good to carry on. I guess I don't need Dead Ringer in the front anymore. It's alright. We'll let him get a level. Well, maybe not against Kricketune. Well, Bug doesn't resist Psychic. I'm not sure I've seen Kricketune use a single actually Bug-type move yet. Well, I think that is. Nope, never mind. You know what's even funnier than Kricketune? Skewed Kricketune! Yeah, I was hoping that would happen. I find it reassuring to be on this damp soil. You know, I bet there was at least one Pokemon music cover artist who has imitated Kricketune cry on an actual whichever string instrument it's based off of, like cello or bass or whatever. There has to be at least one video like that on YouTube. There's the icon again! They're tracking my location! The cellist, the person who has done it in real life, they've done it! They're tracking me! They know. See you later, Kadabra. You had beat me. Or you had to beat me. Yeah, I did have to beat you. You're kind of in the way here. It feels good to mope here after a loss. Antidote. I forgot what I was looking for. Right, I wanted to go into my Pokedex, actually. I want to see if I can get back sprites of Pokemon. Can I get you, can I see back sprite? What do you mean chorus? What is this chorus button? Where's my cursor? Reverb? Hang on, let me put it on the middle for try to reset it. It's not following my stylus very well. There we go. Okay. Turtwig cry normally. Turtwig cry with maximum reverb. It's not as funny as I wanted, but it is still kind of funny. Now, the other end of this dial says filter. I don't know what that means. Turtwig Cry with filter. I just made it kind of softer. Pan. There we go. Okay. Let me put this back to the center. There, wait, nope. It nudged itself. Stop doing that. There we go. Okay. Now, Turtwig Cry with pan instead of chorus. What is the difference? I don't really hear a difference. Yeah, I don't know what that switch was. Anyway, I wanted to see back sprites because I wanted to see where is it? I want to see Kadabra's tail in full because it kind of looks weird now that I think about it. Like you see how it's like it starts out really really big and then it's like it becomes like a second like a different tail attached to the first tail. It's like he's got like a bee thorax, but then he's got like a dog tail. I just realized how weird it looks. Okay, that's a shortcut I didn't take. Whooper! Harmless and armless. Whooper does look pretty funny getting skewed like that. Whooper must be really slow if Dead Ringer is outspeeding him. Didn't we just see Dead Ringer's speed is like 24? Oh wait, that's double battle. I'll let it be a double battle. Just as soon as I get past this Whooper. Oh, critical hit. Okay, good job. Whoop is gone. No level up quite yet. Double battle. Ah! Our job is to protect the natural environment of this region. Are you Pokemon Rangers? Are you doing your part to protect the environment? I am. Yup, Pokemon Rangers. From the hit 2000-something Nintendo DS video game, Pokemon Rangers. Trying to think if I want to switch. I guess no. Yeah, Dead Ringer. Both of us resist that. Skewed Perinplup. Okay, well that's probably healing range for you. Pretty sure your trainer's gonna hit an item. Gonna dish out item. Ugh, you both resist water. Oh, critical. Surprised you didn't get an item. Maybe they don't do that in double battles. Oh wait, was it Pokemon Rangers or was it Ace Trainers who had healing items in the previous generation? You can't have two Prinplups! Ow. Ow. Oh, come on. Better not turn out they actually do have items and that you just didn't use, that you weren't in healing range before. $33. He just learns Brine on his own? $65 power. I mean, 10 PP. Oh, that's also 65 power. I think it is time to get rid of one of these moves. $35 power. 40 power. See you later, Peck. If I need flying moves, I'm just gonna bring Ender out. We've got to get tougher than us. Good. You seem to be a kind-hearted trader. People, Pokemon, all of us. We're all part of nature. I love how natural it is here. I wish I could live out here. Perfect time for my Psychic Steel. I laugh in the face of your Mega Drain. Oh. Yeah, how much good that's gonna do. I don't want to walk through all this grass. To think Chiptide beat, well, not this game, but Platinum. So, you know, same map layout. He beat this game without any encounters. Despite all this grass. Yeah, there we go. Now you can one-shot him. What is this? Pokemon Mansion. I'm on patrol, seeing whether or not there's any trouble afoot. Why do I feel like Hoot Hoot is part dark? That doesn't feel right. Skew the Hoot Hoot. Okay, I'm bringing out Ender for Meditate. Although, and not as immune to psychic moves. And neutral to fighting if it decides to dish out fighting. Ooh. Doesn't matter that you took aim. I'm faster than you. Big trouble. Officer in need of assistance. Your toughness is too much. I'm in serious trouble. I just want to go say hi to the people in the mansion. I'll have you know my Pokemon sleeps on a fancy imported bed. I don't care where your Pokemon's bed came from. Could be an imported bed, it could be an exported bed, I don't care. A bed's a bed. I mean, you know, there's something to be said for, like, the mattress type. And pillows and blankets, but, like, the bed, like the bed frame, I assume that's what he means. Like, what does the frame even matter? Because the mattress is the important part. I don't know what was wrong with having a mattress just sitting on the ground. I don't think it would make a comfort difference. I think it's all cosmetic. And I guess storage space. Huh. This is unseemly sensitive. Oh, my poor little battler is all tuckered out. I'll let it sleep it off at that bed I had sent from overseas. I'd like to begin now. Are you quite prepared? I think so. Baneri. I feel like I've just completely stopped talking. So last time I mentioned I had 2 bosses left to fight in Aegis. I kind of have one now. I did manage to beat Elgelion twice, but both times I think I forgot. The first time I definitely forgot the rule where it's supposed to teleport when a bot is destroyed. And then the second time I remembered, but I had a little mishap where instead of moving my maximum energy token, I moved my Valor token, so I might not have had the correct amount of Valor points. And there was also at least one instance where I forgot the teleport move. Creates a protective field that prevents status problems for 5 turns. I don't really think I need that. Man, why am I hungry right now? I shouldn't be hungry. Oh, how very impressive of you. Would you care to inform me of who the amazing tutor you've hired for your Pokemon is? Yeah, it's me. Is it even worth going in here? I feel like this is like side content. This is the way out of the trophy garden. The garden is open for all visitors to enjoy. However, please beware. Wild Pokemon may appear in the garden. Yeah, I don't want to go. If I had to pick my favorite animatronic, I'd probably just say Freddy. At which game? The owner of Amity Square also owns the Pokemon Mansion. Well, good for them. Because, like, if we're talking sister location, because I think that was the last game I mentioned. Sunny Day. Oh. I don't know if I have a point to getting that. Learning that. I got it whether there's a point or not, but learning it, I don't know. Are there any shady looking characters around here? I don't know. For saying sister location specifically, I don't know that I could name a favorite, because I really don't like the Funtime animatronics. Not even Chica. I'm normally a Chica fan. I don't even like Funtime Chica. Funtime Chica is like the worst Chica. And that's even including the one that's deliberately designed to be broken, you know, broken looking, and, you know, intentionally unsettling, you know, Withered Chica. Because the thing is, Withered Chica achieves her job. Funtime Chica is just, I don't like the Funtimes at all. I don't know, I just generally like him, especially the fact that Freddy is helping you in Security Breach. That's fair. Like I said, I'm generally a Chica fan. I just like Chica. My overall favorite's definitely Glamrock Chica. That's just a really good design. I guess since I posed the question, I will try to think of an answer. Now just hold on, I didn't say you were shady looking. Did I forget to read this guy's dialogue when he started the battle? Don't go hanging out with any shady looking characters, you hear? Legendoria, fierce battle, the chilly night winds. Brrr, refreshing. I wonder what he says if you fight him in the day or in the morning. Yeah, since I posed the question, I'm going to try to think of an answer. What is my favorite Funtime animatronic, even though I don't like them in general? I mean, Funtime Freddy does succeed in being kind of unsettling looking. Like, especially with how tall he is. Like, I think I mentioned seeing him in Help Wanted 2 in VR. It's like, it is frightening how large his head is. He is definitely... Not even biting your frontal lobe. He is fitting your entire head in his mouth. He is going to bite into you like a grape. Oh, right, Metatite. Oops. But I don't know. Something about Funtime Freddy... I don't really like him. He is kind of a sadistic jerk. I don't like him. He scares me, and not in a fun way. So I guess I would have to say Baby's my favorite. Even though I think Baby's kind of ugly too. Like the rest of the... Like... Not as off-putting as I find Funtime Chica. But... Like, I don't really like looking at Circus Baby either. But she's at least a solid character. So I can at least go off of that. It was too dark for me to see very well. Yeah, too dark. If you're in the area I think we are, this area is perfect for grinding money with Versus Seeker because there are some traders here that would drop a lot of money. Yeah, probably the like, rich boys. And ladies. Oops, I better get back to my beat before the boss radios me. Oh yeah, and these older people. I've never battled a younger trainer like you before. I'm quite nervous. Socialite. Sorry for calling you old. So going back to the topic of Aegis bosses, yeah, I after fighting Elgelion once and then realizing, oh, I forgot his ability where he teleports, I wanted to do a do-over match to like really confirm that I beat him. I beat him correctly. So that's what that second round was. Oh dear, that wasn't anything like battling with my friends. I guess your friends suck then. Usually I have matches with the members of my social club. If it pleases you, would you care for a Pokemon battle with me? It does please me. And then, yeah, I realized... Well, I had that bit with my Valor marker. Oh, Chatot. And then also, yeah, at least one instance where I forgot its ability. Which I don't think would have made a difference in how that battle went, because it was in the last round anyway, and I had plenty of energy, so it's not like the distance it would have moved would have mattered. I also clarified a rule, because I remember mentioning how I feel like it didn't make sense, the rule about if you lose if you have, like, X amount of Valor points. Your handling of the Pokemon is quite impeccable, I must say. So, I double-checked the Valor points rule. Bahaha, I was invited by my master of the... By the master of the Pokemon Mansion. Blah. I can read sometimes. Have I fought you yet? Oh yeah, you're not a fight. And that tree was just to avoid all the battles. How about that? This area sure reminds me of the opening of Spirit Tracks. Hold it right there, citizen. Walking around at night is unsafe. Again, this dialogue, I wonder how it differs for the time of day. Bobby. A policeman named Bobby. Next, you're gonna tell me there's a baker named Baker. Yeah, I think I mentioned how it didn't make sense to me that there was a rule where if you run out of Valor points, you lose, but then there's also the rule where If you hit 4 or less Valor points, you lose. Well, apparently the clarification is that if you hit 0 at any time, you lose. But you only lose by having 4 or less. So, 1, 2, 3, or 4. If it's the start of a new round. So therefore, you can use up all but 1 of your Valor points, and if you defeat the boss in that time, you still win. So if I got my Valor points correct, I should have won, even though I went to 4. My only concern is that whatever number I set it to, I may have forgotten 1 additional use of Valor points. So I may have technically lost the round sooner, and I just didn't track it correctly, so I didn't know I lost. I know in these old DS games, you can actually make chat dots say whatever you want. You know, tough citizens, but partners are carry on, citizen. Don't know how it works, though. Yeah, I remember my brother trying to get a Chatot and have it... Oh, I remember. My brother had a Chatot that he traded, I think it was to my sister on her birthday. And he had the Chatot say, happy birthday. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe he got traded one that said happy birthday. Out so late? Does your mother know you're out so late? Yes. Man, the density of trainers just suddenly got so high. Oh, you're not a trainer. Well, point remains. There are good trees that you can smear honey when you can't. Yeah, I know. There's one right over there. You don't need to tell me about it. I've given my Pokemon lots of poffins. I'm confident that we'll win our share of contests. Traveled a long way to take part in these contests. Are we at a city that has a big contest hall? Oh, we're back at Hearthome. Right, we completed the loop. What are you doing? I've been here all the way from the home region. I don't know, the contest hall. I've lost my way. Fortunately, I was a bit kind of my destination. I was oppressed by kindness and generosity. I'm a complete stranger now. May I offer you the same courtesy? Trying to call it. No, I do apologize. I should mind my own business. Where was the Pokemon Center? I remember this is the town where the gym leader was like, oh, come back later when you're stronger. So where's the Pokemon Center? Where's the blacksmith? There he is. But yeah, point is, because I had that mishap with tracking my Valor points, I feel like I really need to fight that boss one more time just to make sure I correctly beat it without any room for being like, well, maybe accidentally, maybe I should have lost at some point. And I just didn't track correctly. Like, I want a decisive victory. And it turns out that my plan of hiding behind a wall to avoid its instant destruction beam works. It has no abilities that attack from behind cover. So where's the gym leader, you may ask? I can't say precisely, but I have a hunch to return. Only one to please. Okay, I guess she's not back yet. I would have thought that completing the loop would be enough, but I guess not. Okay, you're not... I thought you would say something about the... Okay, gotta find my map. Yeah, the strategy of hiding behind a wall worked. So I will probably use that strategy one more time. And, defeat the boss with Ashla's team, like I said I should. And then get that decisive victory. What's over? What's Emily Square? Okay. Let me see my map again. So I want to go this way, and then back to Solaceon Town. And then go see if I can go north. Is this the bike route? No, that's Mount Cornet. What's stopping me from going this way? Can I get there? Do I gotta go back this way? What was over here? That was a surf route, I think. What was this way? Since it goes from 13 to 22, I think I'm not supposed to be there yet. And then you're just Mount Coronet. Oh, and then 16, 17. That doesn't seem right yet either. At least not right now. Where am I supposed to be going? Oh, that's weird. The number was getting lower the whole time I was going this way. All right. 14. So then, yeah, 16 over here. I guess let's try going up Mount Coronet, but first I'll go the other way. Nope, you're not Ender. Yeah, like right there. There is kind of a rule I'm not super clear on with the boss, with Elgelion. So, one of its abilities, one of its special abilities is to summon 3 combined... Oh, that's what was stopping me. What's this building? Freshly squeezed milk. Hey, you guys know there's Psyducks out there? How are you doing? What you having? Of course, all we have here is Moo Moo Milk. So, no thanks. Alright, then I should tell you is no, you get Moo Moo Milk, no. We serve only Moo Moo Milk when we're very particular about it. Stop saying milk, you're kind of making me thirsty for a cup of milk. Welcome, this place is my pride and joy. Ah, it's a battle! I was supposed to fight you hours ago. You're probably... Oh, level 22, that's not bad. Yeah, so the boss has a special ability where it summons 3 combined minions. And since it doesn't specify like any kind of level cap or level range, and it doesn't say combine your minions, it says summon combined minions. So I'm assuming that the rule means, or that the ability means, it summons completely new minions who are combined robots, and they do not require components to be summoned. They do not override anyone who is the components. Because normally that's how a boss summoning a combined robot would work. Is when it summons a new minion, you draw the card, and 6 small losses with an unusually big smile. Do you find that odd? I think she said. After a match, you should have to move up to quench your thirst, just to chug it right down. Glug glug. Just like young Link, you gotta put the hand on your hip and take a big swig. It's not gonna get rid of the Psyducks, though. I still have no idea what they're doing. Well, alright then. Let's try another angle. So normally when a boss summons combined minions, it has to specifically be a moment where you're just summoning a minion like normal, and you draw a card from the minion deck. And if it is a combined robot and the components are available, so they have to have been summoned first. What am I... A map. I'm looking for map. Okay, yes, this is the correct town. I don't know why I doubted it. Because I thought it was an Orberg. So you have to summon each component first, and then you draw the card for the combined robot, and then it's summoned. I'm gonna walk through the grass. Actually, I probably can't go up Mount Coronet because I think I need strength. Well, I need it for that item. And yeah, the way it works is that, yeah, there it is, strength. Okay, yep, I'll turn around. So the way it works is that you can't, if you draw a minion card and it's a combined robot, and those robots have not been summoned before, you put it back and you draw a new card. And then if they have been summoned and they are currently on the battlefield, you take them off the battlefield. And you replace one of them with the combined robot. But the boss doesn't say anything about doing that. It just says, summon 3 combined minions. So I assume that means just straight up place them on the battlefield, ignore all combination rules, ignore all rules about combining robots. They're new minions that are summoned for free, fully combined, and it doesn't matter what level they are. Which is a scary move for the boss to be able to do. But then again, with the minions I was using for it, I don't know why I'm going up. I'm not pressing up. With the minion deck I was running for it, it has all 5 classes available to it, so it's very easy for that boss to summon a combined robot. And really, all it needs to do is just summon all 5 of its basic minions. And then if it pulls out if I happen to draw a level 5 robot after that point, doesn't matter how many minions I've destroyed, because it can scrap combine, basically. It can combine with destroyed minions. So if I pull out its level 5 robot, it's summoning a level 5 robot. So it's only a matter of time until it does that. And now that I think about it, it is also highly likely, like it wasn't just coincidence it did it in that match, it is highly likely that when it does its summon 3 combined minions special ability, it will just summon its level 5 robot, because that's exactly what it did. When I fought it earlier today, it summoned its level 5 and level 4. It summoned both of its highest level minions. And then a level 3, which is not that scary. But still not great. I wouldn't even be happy if it was level 2. Where am I going? I mean, I feel like I should just go back to Hardhome. Or, I do have an idea. A single idea. And it may not be the idea, but I have an idea. Oh, she's not here. Welcome home, Dawn. Are your Pokemon healthy? I'll just make dinner. Take a quick rest, dear. I thought the gym leader would be here. But anyway, yeah, Aegis is a very fun board game. I definitely recommend getting it, even if you play by yourself. Boss mode is fun. I guess I should confirm. I can't go west without surf. The 2 guys with Game Boy Advances. Where's the west gate? Yep. Surf route. Okay. I mean, I could try Mount Coronet from here. And maybe that would get me all the way this way. Fight area. Survival area. Resort area. Oh. One that's not scary. Well, I feel like it's safe to say I don't need to go on this island. I feel like that's probably where the battle facility is. And there's Pokemon League. Was I supposed to go to Sunny Shore? It's worth checking. I don't know why I keep trying to get on my bike while walking. I think in most games that would not work. I don't know why I think this game would be different. I definitely feel like I have to surf to get to Sunny Shore, but maybe I get surf after Sunny Shore. I don't know. Like, maybe I get it from Sunny Shore, is what I meant. It's so weird to me how this fence has a hole in it. And it's exactly one tile wide, too. I don't get it. Alright, whatever. Geodude, who cares? Oh. Its health bar suddenly emptied because it used self-destruct. That's why that happened. It had to be critical. Can't believe it's still Generation 4. It's Generation 4, and Geodude's still self-destruct. Or I should say wild Geodudes still self-destruct. You guys still won't move, will you? Stop, stop! Yes, you! Sunny Shore City, which is down this road, had a major blackout. Crews are working on restoring power, but the road's closed now. How do I get that item? Oh, rock climb. I'd rather be in a pool than the sea. The salty tang of the sea tastes like my tears after a hard day work. Well, there's an item I missed. That's it! That's how we get progress! A PP up! Now, what move to use it on? I'm just gonna use the fly map to look around. I should have been doing that. This was the... Yeah, that was the town with Crasher Wake, right? How many gyms have I fought now? Four. Wait. You see the order? Psychic Lady is next. At least I'm assuming she's psychic. So yeah, I gotta go back to Hardhome and find the freaking gym leader who is AFK. Or I guess AFG. Oops. Is she in the Pokemon Mansion? I don't suppose I could fly back to the mansion, can I? No. Wait. If I go from Pastoria City, I have to walk through all the mud again, don't I? Yeah. Let's go back to Hardhome. Again. That's not the right way, is it? No. No, not at all. There it is. What if I go this way? It's a lot of rooms. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Everything beyond this point is secret and off limits. But what about in here? I'll take this. It's mine now. Robbing the place. You know how to catch... You know how you can catch Pokemon in the Trophy Garden? If you put this on a caught Pokemon, it warms up to you faster. I'll share one with you, so give it a try. A Soothe Bell. I hope you become a trainer that Pokemon can love and trust. I hope there's something in the trash can. Nope, okay. The TVs look broken. They look like they're all displaying static. I'm not loafing off. I'm just taking a personal break. Burn Heal! Sinnoh, now! This is it. The one you've all been waiting for. It's time for Sinnoh Now, your portal to what's hip and happening in Sinnoh. Here's the first story on the cutting edge of Sinnoh trends. This is Helen bringing you the on-the-spot weather. You know, trends. Route 212 is getting doused by rain. It's the sort of weather that's right for enjoying music at home. Maybe have some tea and gaze at the rain-covered plants. Perhaps you can giggle at people running to avoid the downpour. and giggle at the people who watched Mythbusters and then thought that walking in the rain was better than running because they didn't watch all the Mythbusters and didn't watch the episode where they cover that again and then realize, oh wait, we tested it wrong. Running is absolutely better. That's the weather brought to you by Helen, or Helena. Mr. Backlot is the master of this house. This is his office. Hello, hello. Welcome to my opulent mansion. There's a lot for me to be proud of inside and outside of this home. But what makes me the most proud is my trophy garden in the back. Why bother traveling afar when Pokemon are attracted by my garden? They come to me in hopes of seeing the garden. You're welcome to join them and marvel at my garden. Garden. Master actually quite enjoys showing his prized garden to strong trainers. I'm gonna take this right in front of the security guard. You may look, but please refrain from touching this Pokemon statue. I'm very sorry, but please refrain from touching the statue. I just wanted to check it. You know, look with my RPG protagonist eyes. The shelves are jammed with colorful... I thought the word full was in there. I mean, I guess colorful. The shelves are jammed with colorful Pokemon goods. What's that book? It's a very expensive looking book on Pokemon. I'm so sorry. Everything beyond this point is strictly off limits. Not top secret, though. Am I only able to reach that upper area? I think I'm at a point where I gotta look up where to go next. Oh yeah, so Growl still uses their cry. Yeah, I would have expected this trophy garden to be more like, you know, a hedge maze. Not a single cliff with plain grass and 4 flowers that I can access anyway. It's really underwhelming for how much he hyped it up. I don't know why I'm walking. I'll go ahead and save. I'm gonna look it up. Jeez, that took a while. I guess it's not a straight walkthrough. I just have to find her by the contest hall? Hang on. Oh. I dropped my controller. I was adjusting how I was sitting, so I was adjusting the microphone, and then my controller fell. Contest hall. She should be around here, then. Or is she inside of it? No, she's not inside of it. Oh, it's just the contest room, but without an audience. Okay. You're going to enter contests? But I don't see a Poffin case. Could be tough for you to win a contest without it, but if you're determined to enter, don't let me stop you. We're going to get into practice and counter on the right. Okay, why were you standing in the way? My sisters get all the attention. No one ever notices me. Maybe stop hiding in a corner. Maybe she's in the church. She is not in the church. Okay, I'm looking at an actual guide instead of one that's not really guide. Actually, I'm going to the wiki. I gotta go to Celestic Town? Yeah, I tried to get there. That's a place blocked by Psyducks. And strength boulders. How do I get there? Well, I can't go route 211 because it says I need rock climb. Wait, no, but do I? Because the other route's saying that I need surf and defog, rock smash, and waterfall, and rock climb. So that just might be a general for general navigation. Really sounds like I gotta take this route since it's foggy and I did just get defog. Or the ability to use it outside of battle. I still don't have to HM. How do I get the Psyducks to go away? I can obtain secret medicine from Cynthia. Where is Cynthia? Valor Lakefront after following and defeating the Galactic Grunt from Pastoria City. I have no freaking idea what I'm doing. There's a grunt around here somewhere, I guess. Oh, hello? Haha, the package finally came in the Veilstone warehouse. So now it's my job to deliver this to the lake. This is an important mission. No failure allowed. No making boo-boos like wandering off into the Great Marsh. You were eavesdropping. I was just talking loudly to myself. If I wasn't in a hurry, I'd pulverize you with my Pokemon, but I have to get on my way to the lake ASAP. So you're lucky. I'm out. Oh, and listen up, you. Don't you dare follow me. You're not my mom. Grr. Persistent pest. If our plan works, our boss's dream comes closer to fruition. Our boss's ideal world is going to be created. So I'm not going to waste my time on a nobody like you. I'm telling you now. Don't you come chasing after me. Whoops. I'm not always going to plow into you every time we meet. So how's it going, Dawn? Buffing up your Pokemon, eh? I'll test you and your Pokemon out to see how buff and tough you are. Starly, you're copying me. I'm not even fully healed because I've done so much running around. Critical hit, take that, Starly. Ponyta, I caught it. I clicked a little too soon, but Ponyta. Bubble Beam. You could growl all you want. Grotto. Okay. So this is grass Pokemon. Aerial Ace never misses. I cannot get over how much I do not like this part of the song. Of course, you get a critical hit. Ooh, just barely not a level Buizel. Ender can handle a Buizel. Yeah, I can tell you raise your Pokemon to be tough. By the fact that I'm losing. I'll quick attack you. There we go. 34. What just happened? You're telling me I lost? Ender is evolving. Our first fully evolved Pokemon. Staraptor. Let's learn close combat. See, that's more like it. 120 power and 100 accuracy. 5 PP, whatever. Did she learn Double Team on her own, or was that a TM? Because I haven't been using Double Team. I guess we'll go all in on power. Heh, yeah, maybe you did get a bit tougher since last time. That even shocked me a bit, so yeah. I got beat because I was careless. So, hey, what was that Team Galactic guy all freaking out about? I don't know what he's up to, but you should chase him down. If you're not a Pokemon and you run like that, you're a bad guy. Alright, Dawn. Next time, I'm not holding back. You know, I like Barry just for the sole reason of he doesn't say my name every sentence. Also, I can show you, Ender's sprite kind of looks like it's too big for this screen. And it's definitely a lot of black. Like, I know Stunky is pretty dark too, but it feels more balanced on him. Ender is, that's quite the Pokemon sprite. Let's look at her new stats. '93 attack. That is a significant. That is definitely getting over 100 before she's level 50. That is going to be possibly 120. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on how what her numbers are like per level. But if we assume at least one attack per level up, then yeah, it'll get close. Well, it'll be like 1-9 if we're assuming one point per level up. It could be 2. That would certainly be a lot. Kind of makes me want to have DDD in the front so he can start getting closer to his evolution. I'm not going to worry too much about healing if we're apparently going to have Cynthia with us while we're kicking I was going to say Team Plasma. Team Galactic out of the lake. We need the energy from this Valley Windworks to make this. It would make it would take a scientific genius to make something like this. Therefore, our boss who made this is a scientific genius. If you were supposed to get to the lake ASAP, why are you standing in the ocean monologuing about how much of a genius your boss is? Grah! You were eavesdropping! I was just thinking out loud. You persistent pest. I'm getting tired of running away. But I'm not going to waste my energy knocking you around. Instead, I will run around you. Oh, I thought the footprints were the grunt's footprints. Oh, alright, I gotta go in the building. Why am I running like this? Why am I running like this anyway? That new universe that the boss was talking about. It's giving me goosebumps thinking about it. So we use this. Go away! You were eavesdropping. I was only talking to myself. You're persistent, too. I'm pooped from all the running. But I'm not going to battle you. Ah, no! You're still on my tail. The lake's within sight. You leave me no choice. My Pokemon will KO you. Glameow. Did he only have the one? Yeah, he only has one Pokemon. Critical hits. Ah! Fweh. If I didn't run, I could have battled harder. I can't battle anymore. I'm running on fumes. I'll have to take this to the commander. I wish. I gotta use it at the lake. Oh, hello. Long time no see. How's your Pokedex filling up? I came to research the folklore about the lake, but, well, it doesn't appear as if the lake is open to the public now. Have you heard the folklore about it? They say that there's an island inside of the lake. And inside that island is a mirage of Pokemon? No one must enter the chamber of that Pokemon. Sorry to change the subject, but have you seen a group of Psyduck on Route 10? Yeah! Yes, that's right. By the cafe on Route 210. You've seen that group of Psyduck huddled with their heads in their, hands? Anyway, what you should do is use this medicine on the Psyduck. You are working on a Pokedex, so it should be worthwhile for you. Oh, okay, I guess we don't have to go to the lake. I went on a big adventure with a Pokedex when I was younger. Your Leaf? I hope you get to meet every kind of Pokemon there is to see. It may help you with the secret of the Mirage Pokemon. See you later. Yeah, we're not going to the lake. We're getting medicine and going away. I'm changing how I'm sitting again. Hello and welcome to the Pokemon Center. Favorite use of Pokemon. I don't need to read it. I want to show this. You can see I just healed and the Poketch has not updated. But now There we go. Just for anyone who's never seen that before, I just thought, you know, not like prove that it happens, but you know, just show it. Just confirm that yes, indeed, that is a thing. Here's Psyduck. Take this medicine. Would you like to use the secret potion? No! The one Psyduck doesn't know what they're doing. They're apparently a unit. How did you get here so fast? Oh good, you used the secret potion I gave you that I could have just used because I was coming down this way anyway. Psyduck are known to suffer from chronic headaches, but no one's able to figure out what triggers the headaches. Oh yes, can I ask you a big favor? I want you to deliver this old charm to my grandma in Celestic Town. I know there's some rare Pokemon between here and Celestic Town, so it would be worth your while to go. My grandma has this sort of bossy atmosphere about her. I think you'll recognize her right away. Yes, I'm sure you will. She's the elder of Celestic Town. And the location... Look in your town map. You can't miss it. Okay, I'm counting on you. See you again down the road. Better not find you down this road, or else you could have delivered the charm yourself. I barely got anything for that, did I? Free Hyper Potion. Oh, well, there's the fog. Yeah, that is way easier to see through than Flash. There is not a single ounce of my being that is like, oh man, the fog. Oh, I wish I had a way of getting rid of it. If I could use a hidden move Defog, I'd clear up the weather. Defog, bird Pokemon flap their wings to blow the fog away. Oh, does that mean... I don't even... Yep. Do I? I don't... Yeah, I don't have Defog right now. I have no idea where you were supposed to get it. A ninja! I just startled you. While you were struggling to recover, I'll already be the winner. The fog is deep. I guess that's affecting our accuracy. Later, Zubat. No, not a second one. And we'll go all bat now. Oh. I hate to end in the middle of a route, but I think I gotta end after this battle. I'm definitely really tired now. And we're also getting up there on time, and I don't know how long this route is gonna take, so... If it ends up being short, then that's okay. It just won't be that long until we get to do... We could basically start next stream with a gym. And if it does end up being a little on the long side, then... Oh well, we could do the gym a little bit into the next stream. Ooh, when you just hit perfect 100 health. Scorupy. Well, that poison ground? I think it's part ground, or is that Glysker? So hit it with water. Probably don't resist. Good enough. Oh, what's that? You're supposed to be fumbling more. For a moment, I thought he had a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Disc on his arm. Yeah, I should stop. I'm apparently really tired. I need a better reaction out of you. I feel silly hiding for so long. So yeah, I'm gonna end right here. So thanks for watching. Yeah, see you Friday. Where I can talk about Splatoon Raiders on Friday. I won't be talking about FNAF. It'll be Splatoon Raiders. Bye.